Oh, this one's a really sad story actually. Man suffers 100 erections a day, and girlfriend says there's no rest. He says he never experienced this before meeting Vicky and puts this down to her being a goddess. A woman has spoken out about her unusual sex life, saying her boyfriend has up to 100 erections a day and is tiring her out. Vicky Brown, 31, and Lucas Martins, 39, met by chance at a Morrison's supermarket queue, and since then they have enjoyed a passionate relationship. But Vicky says her partner's erections are so frequent they can happen at any time, such as in a shop or going for coffee. Lucas even went to a doctor about it, but was told it was not a medical issue. He says he never experienced this before meeting Vicky and puts it down to her being a goddess. She only needs to look at me and speak, and I get hungry for it. Okay. If that pheromone and testosterone just link together correctly, I can easily come to bed and look at Vicky and have an erection. I fall asleep with one and wake up with one. She is basically a forbidden fruit. Well, how's she forbidden? And for that reason, I just want to eat it. No need for Viagra here. Vicky said she has always believed in good intercourse with his. Wait, Vicky is the man. No, Vicky said he. No need for Viagra here. Vicky said he has always believed in good intercourse with his woman and wife to be, and that she agrees it brings that relationship closer. I do believe that. I do believe that too. He wants me all the time. And she says it's starting to get in the way of her chores and appointments. They both live separately for now in Stoke-on-Trent, so she at least has a respite every now and again. Now, Vicky, who met Lucas during lockdown in 2020, wants to know if this is something that other people are experiencing. Through the whole relationship, he's always had an erection. In shops, restaurants, the gym, there's no rest from it at all. I just wondered if any other couples are the same, she said. Vicky said, we actually met in my favorite childhood supermarket, Morrison's. I was in my uniform with wet hair and a mask on, and as we were queuing up, he walked around the corner with a massive piece of filet steak in his back. Wow, that's a prelude. And said, wow, aren't you beautiful? We got speaking, and I turned down 3 coffee dates at the start because I was so happy being on my own. We would never have met unless we bumped into each other at Morrison's. In bed, it's the same. He can go to sleep with an erection and wake up with one. Even though he does night shifts, there's no change in it at all. It's every single place we are. We can be having a perfectly normal day, perfectly normal everyday conversation like, shall we go climb this mountain next weekend? And he has an erection. I can come down the stairs and walk past the glass door and be in the next room, and still it happens. Lucas, who works in management, said, it just seems to be natural. I've got a wonderful woman next to me. She's a goddess. After a year, when most couples would die down, months and years go by and we get hungrier for each other. If it's how she makes me feel, I've never experienced before how she makes me feel. Our bodies are so connected, and that is so easy. All right, I mean, this just seems like they're throwing it in the faces of all other couples in the world.
I feel like maybe he should see like a glandular specialist because maybe he has a problem.
I mean, why ruin a good thing? That this is like the healthiest relationship in the world, right?
What if it's like cancer or something?
Why ruin a good thing? I don't know. I mean, like, that's an interesting type. That would be an interesting type of cancer. I think some people might be trying to get that, where you get 100 erections a day.
I don't know.
I mean, this guy has a permanent erection all the time. At 39?
I think it's too much. 100 times a day?
Yeah, I mean, he's like a 17-year-old at 30, almost 40 years old.
What is that, like every like 5 or 10 minutes or something? Yeah, that's too much.
But I mean, is he pounding one out like every 5 minutes, or is he just like letting his pipe like lay?
Yeah.
I think he just lets it hang.
You just walk around with an erection for like 10 hours and then.
Well, because
like,
they always say like with Viagra, like if you have a boner that lasts more than 4 hours, like you better hit up a doctor because it's bad for you or whatever. Yeah. This guy's like swinging a full mast all day, every day.
I don't think I'd like it.
I don't see the problem here, guys. I really don't. I think this is all upside.
It's just bragging. You're right.
Yeah. I mean, this is what women want. Like, if a woman had the chance to have a guy who could please her all the time whenever she wanted, I mean, I'm not saying all women want this, but like, you know, it seems like a pretty big win.
It'd be like every waking hour, just like mindless humping. It'd be like, oh, I'm so tired of humping.
If I were him, I'd be worried my dick could like get hurt from all these erections and like I'm having sex constantly. Like, if you're constantly having sex, like at some point, too much of it has got to be bad for you, right? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it seems like you get some, like friction burns or something.
Yeah.
Like, not meant to go for that long.
I mean, then again, Genghis Khan has like 25% of Asians descend from Genghis Khan or something.
Yeah, but like he could have been just like, get in, get out.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, imagine like the flip side of this. Like, so you're in a relationship with a woman. She's got some glandular disorder where you like got to wear galoshes around the house. Like, she's wet for you all the time. She's wet in the bed. You're waking up shivering.
Oh man.
Like, are you going to be like, man, this is actually flattering and hot? Or are you going to be like, man, this is something I don't want?
I'd be like,
that's too much. That's too much.
I'd be like, I just busted yesterday. Talk to me in like a few days.
Yeah. I mean, it's look, what girls can go all day. Guys just can't do that. We can't keep up with that. Like, no. I could never. I'd be like, well, yes, one time, and that's it.
She's like, I'll just hump your leg while you're asleep. Like, okay.
Yeah, you'd have to get some like self care products.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I don't want this much on. Sorry.
You're trying to sleep and she's just like using the fucking Milton Berle 3000 like next to you.
And I saw one of these confession stories the other day where like this girl wanted to like move her bed, and she asked her dad for help, and she like had forgotten that like there was a horse dildo. So yeah, that's awkward.
Did they even talk about it? They just
She said that like he was like, I need to get a beer, and he left, and then like he said something like like put it away when I come back, and like he came back and moved the bed. He's like, she wanted to say something. He's like, oh, we're never going to talk about it.
yeah.
Now let's go watch Species silently in a movie theater.
The way God intended.
Yeah, that would be horrifying.
Can you imagine being a dad? You'd be like,
You are a dad.
I know. Can you imagine being that dad though? You'd just be like,
So, like, let's say one day you're
Do you
helping
even
one of
know
your
what to
sons move a bed, and you find that their horse dildo.
Oh man.
I remember seeing a picture once where like apparently a girl had like her mattress on the floor or something, and like someone had flipped it up against the wall, and like the dildos weren't there, but there were like permanent imprints where the bed had been laying on it.
That'd be funny. Those weren't mine.
Came with the bed.
Came with the bed.